and welcome. My name's Suzanne from Non-Stop Papercrafts. Thank you for joining me again on my channel. So today we are here for a flip through of my design team project. This is my November and December design team project for LineDotArrow. The reason it's 2 months worth is because throughout November, for those of you that were following along, I took part in the November A to Z of Christmas Craft collaboration. There were 35 of us crafters who each day made a different Christmassy craft, and I decided that I wanted to follow along with everybody. So I've made all of the different crafts that were made throughout November, and I decided pretty quickly that I wanted to make some kind of folio or book that would house all of these creations, so that I had it as a bit of a memorabilia to sort of say that yay, I was part of this collaboration, but also as an ideas book, so I could always sort of go back and revisit all of the amazing ideas that came out of the collaboration. Now, again, if you've been following me, I've actually made two. So I made a folio that I gave away because I reached 2,000 subbies. So that's already gone off to its new owner. And then this one is, again, all of the different bits and pieces. This is very different from the folio that I made before. So if you want to see the other folio, then go back to my giveaway video and I'll show you. I do a flip through of that one. This one is kind of set out a bit like an album. I have to say this isn't going to be used. It's not very functional because it is huge, and I'll show you by tipping this to the side. This, I think, is probably the biggest spine I've made. It's just shy of 5 inches. I've never made anything quite this chunky before. I think the biggest I've done is about 3 or 3.5 inches, but yeah, this is just shy of 5 inches. And yeah, but it does house all of the different makes from throughout that month. So as I said, this is a LineDotArrow design team project. So I have used Natalie's December to Remember Christmas kit. So 96% of the papers, I would say, are LineDotArrow. The only exceptions are for a couple of the projects from the A2Z of Christmas Craft. The crafter had designed their own papers to go with the make that they were doing, so for a couple of them I've had to use those because it makes more sense with the project, which you'll see as we go through, but the rest is all Natalie's kit. I have repurposed a couple of bits of wrapping paper and Christmas gift bags, as well as some of the backing pages, but that's really just to make up the background. So but all of the projects are with Natalie's kits. So the closure was nice and simple. I just did a button closure, so it just hooks over the front, just to kind of help keep it closed a little bit. As I said, this isn't functional, it's not practical. I'm not going to be using this. This is purely to store all of the wonderful ideas. But yeah, it is absolutely massive. And as you can see, wouldn't be any good for writing in because it doesn't really lay flat very well. But yeah, I'm just so pleased that I've got all of these memories now in one place. So I've made a little note to myself, the fact that it was the A to Z of Christmas Craft. It was November 2021. And then included in Natalie's kit were these little tickets which are numbered. So I've kind of gone through and numbered. Now the tickets obviously only go up to 31 because it's 31 days in December. So the last 4 crafters haven't got the ticket, but I have included a kind of note as to what the letter was, because I said it's A to Z, and then there's a countdown of the 12 days of Christmas, then the creator themselves and their YouTube channel. So I started, so this is obviously me, Suzanne at Non-Stop Papercrafts, and I did A for Advent. So I had my little Advent tag, so you've got space on the back for writing, and the idea is that you lift up the window just like you would an Advent calendar, and then you've got space to write inside. So that was my Advent calendar, so I've made a little pocket to go there. That was number 1. Then the second one, let's just try and move this so we can make it flat a little bit, was the Bells and Baubles. So this was a card, so B's for Bells and Baubles from Tracy at Tracy Fox Creative. So it's just a greetings card, and I did make some baubles out of, again, some of the digitals from Natalie's kit. So used her papers as a backing paper, and then some of the images are just cut circles to make them look like baubles. So that was day 2. Then number 3 was a collage. So C for collage by Shona at Fraps and Scraps. So I collaged onto one of the large tags, and again lots of writing space on the back. That was number 3. Then number 4 was D for decoupage. So if I just take off the paper clip, so again I've got my notes, D for decoupage, and this was a lovely napkin that I had. So again, just put that onto one of the journaling cards. Then we have this one here, which is E for evergreen. So this was from Elle. So we've got the evergreen on the front there, home for the holidays, and then this opens up, it's a trifold, and then we've got pockets for tags and journaling cards, and then there was a flip in the middle, so I decided to use some of the larger tags as my flip. That was that one. Okay, then moving on, we had F for flowers from Pam at the Paper Outpost. Now she did paper flowers. I did try the paper flowers, but they just looked like my 3-year-old had done them. So I was trying to have a play around with fabrics and making clusters, so I went with fabric flowers instead. And I quite like how they turned out, so yeah, I'm quite happy with those. So the flowers were from Pam. Then we had G for Gifts of Christmas. So when Daniela did hers, I mean, hers was absolutely stuffed full of different things. I tried to, in fact, actually, I think this is the first time I've actually used every single element of the kit. Normally there's just so much I can't get it all into the journal, but I have tried to fill up all the pockets where I can. Like I said, Daniela absolutely stuffed this full. So I've just put any of the sort of like tags and bits and pieces that came with the kit in here. So there are 3 layers there. Then you've got H for hope. Oh, I've still got my little note on there, don't need that anymore. And then this again, just that to kind of catch it closed. Then it opens up, there's 2 little pockets there, and there's also pockets at the side which have again some of the journaling cards from the kit, and they just go in the side. So there's one at the bottom and one at the top, and then that just folds closed and then clips back under there. Then we have the wonderful J for Jags from Angela Kerr. So it's a journal card / tag, and that just then opens up. And I believe that this actually isn't from the kit. I think this was one of the freebies that Natalie had in her Facebook group. So yeah, but I thought it just all went very well nicely together, so I popped that in there. So that's the J for Jag, and I like the way that it fits into this circular window. And then this part is the I for inspiration from Rebecca, and then she just used lots of sort of envelopes to kind of flap open. She may have used more envelopes than me, but yeah, so I like the fact that I've got journaling space here. I've obviously got the pocket space back there. I could have put another pocket or an envelope down here, and then obviously this windowed one here. Then we've got K for Kris Kringle, and what I loved about this was the use of sort of fabric. So using a fabric pocket, again to put journaling cards in. There was even like a scrappy that was paper clipped to the side. So again, I've got some lace and some of the papers on there. Again, another flip. So if I pull this down, again, space for another journaling card up there. Lots of space to write. Obviously, if I wasn't using this just as a sort of memory keeper, if this was in a journal, there's lots of space to write as well. And again, just lovely papers there. Then we had Elle, which was for little journals. So this I actually made in one of the videos. So it's just a mini journal, again using a mix of tea-dyed papers and some of the papers from Natalie's kit. And that was my little journal from Lydia. And then we go on to, let's take that paper clip off. M for Merry. So I really liked this one. It took a little bit of sort of folding and cutting and working out, but it's actually a pocket, but it's also a writing space. So this bit folds down, and you could have a bit of a hidden writing space there, and then obviously, like I have, just clip it then back to the top. So I really liked that one. I thought that was such a clever idea. Then we have, I didn't quite fit this on, so I had to kind of have it as a pull out. So Oh What Fun, from Diane at the Messy Palette. And I like this because, again, it's 3 layers. So I've got 3 journaling cards, and I've put Oh What Fun on each of them. And yeah, so again, it's using an envelope and making pockets out of those, which I quite like doing. And then on the back, again, my little note that I don't need anymore, is the nativity. So for this one, I did use Cassie's digital. So she had some nativity scenes for her tags. So I did use those, but I've used obviously the LineDotArrow on the back. But I thought that's quite a nice little tag, and it's nice and sturdy now because I've obviously got this cut out on card. I've got a sort of tea paper sandwiched in the middle, and then obviously this tag on the other side, so that makes it nice and sturdy. So that's the N for nativity. And then this one, we have the P for poinsettia, which was from Justine. And again, I've got pockets here. I haven't filled them because, like I said, this is just a kind of ideas journal, just to kind of remember what we did. But if it was in a journal, obviously they could then be filled. So I really like that idea. And then that just wraps around. And then tucked in the side is my cue for quilting, and this was from Anna at Pink Monarch Prints. And again, this is obviously Natalie's design at LineDotArrow, but this was a printable that she had, and I think it just suited the idea of the quilting. And I have, may not be able to see it on the camera very well because I've done it in a white, but I have stitched just like Anna had, just to kind of make it look a little bit more quilted. And that goes in the middle there. Then on the other side, I absolutely love this idea. I must admit, this is probably one of my favourites. When I saw this, I was so excited to make it. So this is the R for Rocking Robin, and this is from Rose. And the idea that this little robin can kind of like move along its track, I just thought that was really cute. And again, I have used Rose Digital just because I needed the robin on there, and I've kind of left it blank on the back so that it could be used as a journaling spot. Then we have, in one of these pockets, Jika did S for Sparkles and Spice. So she had spice in hers. I didn't have any of that, so I've just done sparkles. So I've got my snowflakes, and again the beautiful papers from LineDotArrow. And I've popped it in this pocket, which is the design from Marcy. She did T for Treasures. Now this could have been a standalone project out of a journal because hers was quite bulky, so I have altered her design a little bit. I've still used the fry box template that she had, but I've just tried to make it flatter so obviously I could fit it in here. But go and take a look at her video. What she did with it was absolutely fantastic, and would, like I say, be great as a standalone project. But because I was trying to fit it in here, I have altered it slightly. But there's literally just so many pockets. It's gusseted, so you could fit so much in there. You've got a big pocket at the back as well. Yeah, brilliant design. I like that so much. Then we had V for Vellum. So again, I mean, this is really a nice simple idea, the idea that you're embossing a vellum envelope, but it's something that I forget quite a lot. So this was another reason why I wanted this ideas journal and a memory keeper, just so I can kind of remember all of these fantastic ideas, because all of these ideas can be applied in any journal that you make. It doesn't have to be something Christmassy. And they're just ideas that I do forget about. And then obviously you only have to put in a large journaling card or something in there, and then obviously you'll be able to see that through because of the vellum envelope. Right, the next one, which again I thought was a really cute idea, W for Window. So this is a pocket. I just didn't put anything in the pocket because I really liked that paper back there, but the idea that it's got these little shutters over the window, I just thought that was so cute. So we've got our shutters there with our windowed pocket behind. And then on the other side was the Yuletide Yummy Yo-Yo, and this was from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. Now I must admit, this is the first time I've made a yo-yo, so I was really pleased with how it turned out. They're definitely addictive. I think I'll definitely be making more of those and using those in journals. But yeah, I had fun making that one. This was one again where I used the designer's digitals, only because it kind of fits with what we were going with. So this is the 12 Drummers Drumming. This is from Laurie. So she had this lovely drum set, and then she had a set of different drummers. I've only used one. Hers was an accordion, and it just opened up and up and up and up, and she had her 12 drummers, which was just really delightful. But like I said, to save space, I've just done a simple journaling card with my little drummer there on the front. Then the next one, again another little cutie. This was number 11, so this was the envelope journal from Lynn. So this one I made on camera as well. So this is just envelopes that have been used, if I can open this up, but quite uniquely they're upside down, so that the what would normally be the closure then forms a pocket. And again, I've used different bits of scraps really from the LineDotArrow kit and some of the smaller journaling cards, and just popped those in and around just to kind of decorate it up a little bit. But that was such a cute little idea, and yeah, I love using the envelopes upside down to form pockets as well. Okay, so on the next page, now I realise that I've done this the wrong way around because I'm counting down, but I've got 9, 10, but it doesn't matter. So at number 9 we had the loaded paper ruffle. So the idea is that you're building up on the layer. So obviously I've got a paper base, then I've got some tea stain paper, I've got some ribbon, some lace, and then one of these smaller cutouts as well from the kit. Then we had number 10, which was faux stamps. I actually have a little stamp punch, so I was quite excited to actually get to use that. So I just chose some beautiful sections of the different papers to make some faux stamps. So that was a nice idea and a nice way to kind of use up those. This one I puzzled over for a little bit. This is 8 Flaps of Flapping from Venus. When I saw what she did, which was absolutely amazing, you really need to go and check her video out, I was thinking, how can I kind of condense that down so that it fits in here? So this is what I came up with. I have still got my 8 flaps, so I've got a flap there, so you could be journaling on the back. This one then opens and then opens again, and we've got again a little tab. I've got one of the tags here that flaps open, and then this whole thing flaps down, and then on this side again I've got a bit that opens up, and again another tag that flaps that way. So that's how I got all of my flaps in. I just kind of kept layering up so that it all kind of fit together. But yeah, it was a brilliant idea. And what Venus made was absolutely stunning, but I was trying to think of a way that I can condense it down so it fit into this album. But I like all of this layering. I think it just, yeah, adds some interest to the journal, so I really liked that. Similarly to that one, I then did a bit of layering for this one. So this one was the 7 layered stacked envelopes that was from Natalie from LineDotArrow. So I've just stacked a load of envelopes. So I've got an envelope here which I've covered in fabrics and lace, so there's an envelope there. It's attached to this envelope, but I actually kept it so that there is a pocket there as well. Then obviously you have inside the main envelope. This flaps down, and you can see my gorgeous little robin, which I've decoupaged. We then have this mini embossed envelope, which again you can then use as a pocket. I've used some die cuts to decorate this one, so that's my other envelope there. I've got another one where I have collaged on, so again another envelope there. Then that flips out. Then I've got this teeny tiny little envelope here. This is actually a die. I love this die, I think it's so cute. And then one that I have stamped up as my main envelope at the back. Again, I love this layering, I love the interactiveness, so this was a great fun project, and just trying to think of how I could stack them but kind of keep them all together at the same time. So I love this idea of having the washi to kind of hold it as it kind of flips in all directions. So I really enjoyed doing that one as well, and that was from Natalie at LineDotArrow. Then the next one, this was quite a lovely idea as well, Santa's Closet. So this was number 6 from Kelly. I hope you can see that all right. So you've got the closet doors that open, and then you've also got this bit that folds down, and you've got obviously all of this journaling space. So again, this could be used in an actual journal. It doesn't have to be a Christmassy one. Obviously you wouldn't call it Santa's Closet, but the idea of it and how it kind of closes and goes together would be really sweet in another journal. So I really loved this. I thought that was just so lovely. Then we've got the 5 gold rings. So I've just attached it onto a tab. This is one of the file folders that's in the kit. And I've got my 5 gold rings and a little bell on the end. So that was a lovely one from Emily. And then when we open up the file folder, again, I've had to use the digitals from Nelda here, because hers was 4 calling birds. So I know I've covered them up a little bit here, but we've got our 4 calling birds, 4 expandable pockets. I've tied them closed with this bit of string just to kind of hold them closed, but they are expandable pockets. But I thought that was a really clever idea as well. I like that with the expandable pockets. And then coming up to the end, we've got 3 French hens. So I searched on the internet trying to find some hens. Obviously we've got this one showing off its bottom, trying to do some inking and bits there. And this is a pocket. It's just on a belly band at the top. So again, some of Natalie's beautiful images, and like I say, it is a pocket. I haven't put anything in there because obviously I didn't want to cover up my French hens, because obviously this is for display purposes. This idea I really loved as well. So I've got a kind of belly band that's holding it closed with this tab at the bottom, and then these 2 bits pull out, and then each of these are pockets, as well as I've kept the middle section and then the outer sections on the back as journaling space. This is nice and light, so I can use this as journaling space as well, and then the same on the bottom. So again, I've got journaling space here. Again, these are all pockets, so I can put bits and pieces in there as well. And yeah, this was the 2 turtle doves from Helen at Hopefield Journal. So yeah, such a clever idea. And then, like I said, the belly band just kind of holds everything in place. Right, that leaves us then with a partridge in a pear tree. So here is my pear tree. I know it looks awful. When I did my last folio, I actually did the pear tree out of paper, and I thought it sat a lot better than this did. I'm not the best with fabrics, I'm not going to lie, but you know, it looks rustic, it looks sweet. I'll accept that one. And again, it's a belly band, and this one was from Rachel at Rachel and Bella Crafts. I mean, she did a beautiful job. She actually had like little pears on there and all sorts of things. But yeah, I thought this was a lovely idea. So I've got my belly band to be able to tuck anything under, and then this is my pear tree at the top, and then obviously I've put little buttons in the middle just to kind of like, again, secure it and hold it all together. So that's my album complete. I am so pleased with how it all turned out. I've really enjoyed taking part in this collaboration. I think I've mentioned in a previous video, I've never really done Christmassy crafts before. I love Christmas, I love crafting, obviously, but I don't know, I've just never seen the appeal of doing Christmas crafts. But this year I thought, you know, I'll give it a go, and I've had so much fun. It has been brilliant being part of this collaboration. The ideas have been amazing. I think I've mentioned it in a previous video. We did not talk to one another when we were all assigned our letters. Nobody said, oh, I'm going to do this with envelopes, or I'm going to do that with tags. Nobody kind of communicated. So the fact that we've all come up with something very different has just been amazing. So yeah, I'm very glad that I've been a part of it, and I'm so glad now that I have this album with all of the different makes in to refer to for, I don't know, maybe I'm having a blank moment when I'm making up another journal, then I can come and have a look back at this wonderful ideas book. Okay, so as I said, this was my LineDotArrow design team project. So the papers you can see here are from the December to Remember kit from LineDotArrow. I will put the link down below. I know that Natalie's actually got a sale on at the moment, certainly at the time that I'm recording. So definitely go and check that out, because obviously you might be able to purchase at a really good price. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up of what's sort of coming in 2022, January my channel is going to be a little bit quiet, purely because I'm just doing more hours at work. I'm helping cover a member of staff who is going to be away for the month of January, so I'm not going to have very much time to do any crafting. So yeah, I might have a couple of short videos that I want to put out in January. But generally it's going to be pretty quiet. Certainly no journal making on screen or anything like that, just some little projects. What I will be doing though is come February, it will be a whole year that I have had my YouTube channel and have been making videos. So that's very, very exciting. And what I would like to do for that is in February, I would like to have a kind of Meet the Crafter video where you can ask me questions and then I can answer them for you. Maybe give you a little bit of a tour of my craft room as well. And anything else that you might be interested in. So what I would like from you guys is to, in the comments, just pop some questions. So it could be about how I got into junk journaling. It could be, I don't know, my favourite glues, my favourite tools. What do I think are the basic supplies to get started? I don't know. Any questions that you might have. If you pop them down below, and then what I will do is I will, like I said, come February, record a video where I'm answering all of your questions and you can kind of get to know me a little bit better. I know lots of other crafters kind of do a chat and an update as they're crafting. Those of you that watch me know that I am not a chatty crafter. I tend to just get on with it, and if I'm talking, it's just to tell you what it is I'm doing. Some people like that, some people like a chatty crafter. Like I said, it's something I'm still working on, so I thought this way people can still get to know me. If you want me to obviously be chatting and stuff, then come and watch the video. If you're somebody that's not really interested in that, you just want to watch the crafty videos, that's fine too. But yeah, some people quite often in Facebook groups have kind of asked questions about how people got started, that kind of thing. So I thought, okay, if this is something you want to know about me, then I will do a video in February to kind of celebrate my year anniversary of having a YouTube channel. So like I say, pop a question down below in the comments, and then in February I will go through all of the questions, or certainly as many as I can, so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. Well, that's all from me today. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, whether that was you busy with families or just having a nice quiet one indoors. I hope you have a fantastic new year and are looking forward to what 2022 is going to bring. I know I am quite happy to put 2021 behind me. And yes, I'm very eager to what this new year is going to bring. So thank you very much again for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful crafty day, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later now. Bye bye.